Previously on the Osrynn Tales Live D&D. With the help of a young wizard apprentice named Luke, our heroes made their way to the sanctum of Faith Lo Quan in order to investigate her disappearance and hopefully get her to send them to Ravensblood Hollow via teleportation magic. Upon entering the tower, the group fought some animated armor and flying swords, and mostly avoided a lightning trap, only to get their robot dog Waffles trapped in a rug of smothering. As the rug sprang to life, so too did more suits of armor and flying swords. One of the swords that came to life was from a suit of armor that Rowan had stolen the gloves and helmet from. As such, the sword immediately stabbed Rowan in the shoulder. As Rowan got stabbed, Waffles broke free from the rug and started biting it, and David backed up his dog by blowing a bunch of holes in it with his musket. Quothe jokes about turning the scraps into a new loincloth as he cuts open a suit of armor like a can of tuna. He even collects a few shreds of the loincloth after the battle. Meanwhile, Reshi spent the better part of the combat trying to deal with an extremely nimble sword that kept dodging her attacks, and Damu used his holy magics to summon a spiritual keytar that started bashing on the second suit of armor that was attacking Waffles and David. During the fracas, Luke saw through Rowan's disguised self-spell and questioned if he knew the half-elf from somewhere, which only provoked Rowan to hurl a giant wheel of cheese at the young boy's head, rendering the poor lad unconscious. Rowan is apparently very determined not to have his presence known in Renea Salinar. Once the fight settled down, Reshi and most of the group tried to open a heavily locked door to proceed towards finding the lost wizard Faith Lo Quan, while Quothe uses his magic sight to reveal areas of magic. Doing so, he finds a secret door with a glowing handprint on it. Luke's forearm tattoo glows softly in the presence of the secret door, and so the group hoists his unconscious body up to the door and uses his limp hand to open a secret passageway. On the other side of the secret passage, half of the group emerges in a hallway lined with suits of armor, while the other half emerges at the far end of the same hallway, thanks to Reshi and her crowbar finally breaking through the heavily locked doors that they had been working to break open. Quothe immediately strides down the hall to speak with Reshi and her half of the group when he hears a small click as a pressure plate starts to slip under his foot. A tense moment passes. Yet nothing happens. Perhaps a broken trap? Quothe starts to bend down in a jumping pose, but before he can start jumping up and down on the pressure plate, the group shouts at him to stop and leave well enough alone. Reshi, David, and Waffles move back into the previous room around the secret passage to bypass the trap. At the end of the Hall of Armor, they find, yet again, more locked doors, and with Luke still unconscious from cheese-related bludgeoning, Reshi once again puts her crowbar to use and pries the doors open. Once beyond this final set of doors, the group saw many pools of liquid arcane energy and a rainbow-colored barrier on the northern wall. This barrier blocked a long hallway, and at the end of which they could see Faith Lo Quan trapped in a lightning cage. Rowan wishes to collect some of the potent magical fluid, but in order to clear room in his flasks, he decides to drink some of the arcane-infused water he found earlier in the tower. Chugging 3 bottles of this water infuses his body with an overload of magic, causing a wild surge of arcane energy to overtake his body. Unfortunately for Rowan, the arcane polymorphed him into a frog. Damu scoops up the frog and places it in his belt pouch, and then, continuing his friend's desired task, he dips Rowan's bottle into the pools of arcane energy. Disturbing the pools of energy summons 4 lightning mephits from within the liquid, who proceed in breathing lightning on the group and trying to scratch out their eyes. Luke, who had finally woken up, was immediately knocked unconscious again by a mephit's electrocuting breath attack. Damu heals the boy, while Reshi, Quothe, and David kill the mephits. Quothe also impales the frog Rowan with a javelin as Rowan jumps out of Damu's pocket and tries to escape to safety. When the fight comes to a stop, and the mephits explode into pure energy upon death, the rainbow barrier dissipates, and a now fully healed Luke runs off down the hall to his master. The group hesitates for a moment before deciding whether or not to follow the boy, and so we take you now back to the sanctum of Faith Lo Quan to discover if the party chooses to follow Luke, if Faith is still alive, and if she is, will she help them teleport to Ravensblood Hollow? Find out now on episode 15 of the Osrynn Tales Live D&D. Enjoy the show. Alright, try now. Say something.
Rickety Rick. Rickety
There
Rick.
we go.
Wiki wiki whoop.
Sorry about that, everybody. Also, let me move my
God.
chat to where I can.
Oh my God. Foulsham.
Listen. My stupid.
Listen.
Oh my God. Foulsham.
Listen. Also, I can hear myself coming through your shit again, Jeannie.
Here, I stopped it.
Also, yeah. So what? Okay, sorry about that. What happened was my Windows 10 updated like 3 times this week, and all of my OBS sounds got turned back to default, and all of my Discord sounds got turned back to default, and I might have forgot about that, and I might have
Big oof.
You know,
you big oofed it.
I might have forgot to
change again real quick then.
Might have forgot to do. Yeah, let's do the introductions again. Everybody, we'll go around the table. Everybody, let them know who you're playing. We got Righteous Rachel in the house.
Hey, I'm playing Reshi, the Dragonborn monk.
We've got Sangretti.
I'm playing David, the Warforged Artificer, Steel Defender Wolf.
We got the Genie Bruh.
Jenny brother,
We got Chad is Chad.
Quote the Goliath barbarian.
And Mr. Abstracto.
Damu, the total life cleric.
And my mic was working, so you know who I am.
I will say that we were streaming for like 20 minutes with like almost 10 people in here. No, it's out of words. They must have been pretty okay with it. They're like, all right, I just look. It's not a big deal.
They're still in
We
awe
prefer
of
them
the
not
video.
talking.
Probably. Well, Kelly's already said in her case, I prefer Genie silence. So thanks, sweetheart.
That is, you know, I don't disagree.
Oh.
But I don't not disagree.
No.
Work
Were they
that.
able to hear the
Work all
recap?
those negatives. Cancel out those negatives. Why don't you see
So
what I really mean?
Can I put? We were talking about
talking about short rest. Taking a short
looping.
rest.
Yeah, you take a short rest. I can
You can.
put level 2 dissonant whispers into the guitar, right?
Yeah, I made a mistake last week. At character level 4, you should be able to naturally put in level 2 spells on the guitar.
Okay. How do I represent that on my Is that just something you keep track of?
It was something you keep track of. You can put it somewhere on your character sheet, like
Okay.
like put it in like the additional features and traits section, or
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
something, something like that.
How does is Rowan doing the Song of Rest or whatever it is?
If you guys are going to attempt a short rest, he can do that. Yeah. Storing a spell in the guitar he just has to cast the spell, and he
Which I did earlier.
Yeah, he cast it last session. I just goofed the mechanics of the item. Because it's,
Okay.
it's custom item,
So
and I made it a couple
Rowan-
weeks back. And
Is Rowan using Song of Rest?
Yes.
How does that work as far as the hit dice go?
It is a it's a 1d6.
Okay,
So
so I
it's,
just roll a 1d6 plus whatever I got for my hit dice.
So the way it works is you have to spend at least 1 hit die during your short rest to recuperate hit points, and then you get to add a d6 on top of it. D6, I don't know if is there anything added to the
Regains an extra 1d6 hit point.
Yeah, okay.
So,
you
whatever,
have to
whatever
spend
you
at
get on the.
least you have to spend at least one of your hit dice to heal, and then you get an extra d6. So basically the way we've always done it is you roll that first hit die for healing, add that d6 on top of that, and then if you still need to heal up, which you probably will, Damu, but
Yeah.
But like the way we do is like always put it on the first one. That way you're not accidentally like using more hit dice than what you would need.
So I can use more hit dice.
Yeah, you can use as many as you have. Now, you guys did do a rest earlier in here, but I don't think Damu had taken damage, so you might still have all of your
I
hit
do.
dice.
I think I'm the only one that did, and I didn't know that I need to lower my hit dice, so I'll adjust mine accordingly.
Yeah, those are like those are a limited pool. You get to lower those, and then when you take a long rest, you get back half of your total. So if you use all of the hit dice in one day, you have to rest for 2 days to recoup all of them. But if you only use like 2 and you have like 8 available, you one rest and you're back to full. Okay.
So you have to use a hit die to
get
to
Song of Rest. Yeah, you have to use at least one to benefit from that D6.
So let's say I don't need. Well, no, actually, I'm full up health right now. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
And how much? What do I have to roll for a healing potion? Because apparently the dice hate me today.
I have one. I can give it back to you. You gave.
Oh,
it to me.
I have plenty.
Got,
I made a lot when I was in town.
You made a lot. Are those all the ones that you made yourself? Because there was like 10 that were in the Drazan's treasure hoard.
No, I've just been going off the ones I made myself.
Okay. I don't know where those 10 went then, because they someone took them off the treasure list. It wasn't me.
I took
Probably
a few.
people just didn't update their inventory.
I
had
took
like
a few.
3. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, if you there maybe some of those potions,
Regular healing or greater healing? Which one?
Just saying, maybe some of those in Drazan's treasure hoard only looked like healing potions. So I need to know where they're from so that I can tell you specifically what they do. But if they're the ones that you made, they're regular healing potions. They do 2d4 plus 2 healing.
Okay. I can tell you, Damu took nothing from Drazan's treasure hoard.
Wow. Living that life of piety.
Right? There we go.
So you guys are attempting the short rest, and within 5 minutes of you starting to rest, you're like bandaging yourself up and all that stuff. You hear Luke shout like a painful scream.
Damn it, Luke.
Coming from down the hallway.
No one will know your secret now.
Can we continue to rest?
Yeah. You
So
can.
I have a question. What do I do about the bone armor we talked about?
Is currently still part of my body. You had not decided whether or not you wanted it.
Okay. And then what about the whatever the other weapon?
Oh, so right. So what I over the past week, I enlightened the group. So what happened was, just to do a little housekeeping here for our faithful audience. When they defeated Drazan at the God Skull at the end of the first quest arc, there was a Spear of Death, a +1 Spear of Death. No one in the party at that time was like really interested in it. When Chad came in, he saw the stats. He was like, "That's cool." And I was like, well, I don't want to let this weapon go to waste, right? So I was just like, hey, yeah, let's just, call it like a scythe, because he wanted to use a scythe. And we gave him that magic item. But I also didn't want to, like, screw over, for lack of a better term. Like, I didn't want to screw over the party for having defeated a boss and then lose out on a treasure item that either they might want to use or might be able to sell, right? So over the last week, I finally caught up with my backlog of what was what I had to do for the game, and the new item is a +1 spear of burning. So it's got fire properties basically. It does have some hidden magical properties to it. That if someone were to attune to it and, they would learn like, oh shit, if I practice with this, if I use it in interesting ways, it would probably have more effects that will grow. But currently, I don't have a handout for it, unfortunately. But it's a spear, so it's like a 1d6 piercing, and then you can like use it with 2 hands for like a d8. You can throw it. And it does an extra d6 of fire damage. It's a +1 weapon. And if you throw it, it comes back to you. Also, thank you for the Law and Order noises.
Choo-choo.
So that's the basic property right now. You attack with one hand. It does 1d6 piercing, 1d6 fire. It's a +1 weapon. If you throw it, it automatically comes back to your hand after you throw it. And if you do 2-handed attack with it, it's 1d8 plus 1d6 fire. And
Okay, does it give proficiency when someone attunes to it?
yes.
So I do think that would work for Genie then, since it would give him the proficiency, because I didn't realize it'd give him the proficiency before, and that would give him another ranged attack, so he wouldn't have to rely on using his spell slots or whatever finite resources he has, possibly.
What, for a spear?
Yeah, you'd get proficiency with it.
That doesn't mean anything to me.
I think technically Rowan was already proficient in spears. I think
mean, shit.
bards get proficiency in simple weapons.
I gave Damu a gun and he's yet to use it. I'm just waiting to see when he whips that shit out.
We were actually talking about that in our off-stream game last night. Our DM was like, doesn't your character in the other game have like a gun mace or something? And I was like, I don't know if they ever made that item. I know they talked about it. Damu's never used it.
I haven't, because mine isn't a gun mace. It's not the.
Yeah, it's just the blunderbuss because we haven't made.
Yeah, it's just a blunderbuss. That's why I'm waiting, because I want that special weapon.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was like, okay, so I'm not crazy. Like last night, I was like, I don't think.
Oh no, you're crazy.
Well, I mean, but not because of that. not for that reason. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Any other clerical stuff that we have to get through?
Nope.
I don't think so. Okay. So yeah, you guys hear Luke, scream, and then there's silence, and you guys, you can continue your short rest, or you can investigate. I'm not saying you have to investigate. We're just back in the game.
We can't ignore it. Come on now.
Let's go investigate, I guess.
You could. Like,
Yeah, but come on now. That's not okay. That's not okay.
I'm gonna go investigate down the hallway. Does anyone want to come with me?
Sure.
I'll be behind you guys, but I'll come with you. I'm just be behind.
Any pressure plates I can jump up and down on?
Haha, maybe. All right, give me a second here. You stop at
let's
that
let 'em- yeah.
doorway.
When you forget your alignment. Okay, stupid.
Ouch, that's insulting. So as you guys pass by these rooms, you can see that they are kind of, I don't want to say small, but they're like nice little libraries. Got, you know, books and stuff in them. The room to your west has another font of that arcane liquid in it. For those folks in real life, Christian, you know, it's like a baptismal font. Fairly large, like you could fit one adult in there. But it's kind of like up. It's like a basin, right? And then in the other room, there is a globe in a magic circle and a mirror on the far wall. And then there's just like books in these rooms, lit by these candelabras. So that's in those rooms there.
Flex's mirror. Bad plan.
Get a doppelganger or something. Dude, that would be a nightmare to fight yourself in this game.
Quothe flexes in the mirror. You look good. Like, fucking good, dude.
Flexes in the mirror.
Like, I don't know what your charisma is, but looking in that mirror, like, you're like, shit, son. I'm prettier than Rowan. Like, ripped abs, like, rippling muscles. You, like, look in the mirror, you, like, look at your own body, look back in the mirror. You swear you're slightly oiled up in that mirror. Not in real life, but just slightly glistening in that mirror. Like, you look good.
I'm just sneakily looking in the doorway at him.
I didn't know you were that good.
God. I'm gonna have to turn off the sound effects. We get through 15 episodes without anybody using the sound effects, and then good gravy. I might have to make D&D specific sound effects.
That you should do.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea.
Now you're understanding this whole streaming thing.
Like, you know, it takes a while. I'm a slow learner, okay? I've only been at it for like a little over a year. You know, like 18 months. Come on.
We're going to push your streaming imagination to its limits.
All right, David, as you get to the end of the hallway here, let me some reveals. I feel like that's probably it. Heck, how do I? Where's the? Oh, there it is. That seems about right for the angles. You can see about 10 feet up this platform up here. So like these stairs go up 5 feet. These stairs go up another 5 feet. So this platform's like 10 feet up. You can see this ball of lightning. It's like a hemisphere of lightning. Like I said last week, it's like one of those dome cage things that you see on a playground that's like comprised of like, you know, metal struts like forming a bunch of triangles, and you can like climb in and around it. It's like, was it a jungle gym or something? I don't know. And you can just barely see Luke's left shoulder and his arms like hanging down over the ledge here. He is not moving. You see a slight bit of smoke rising from his chest. There's a woman inside of this lightning orb here, who looks like this. I think it's that one.
Uh-oh.
She looks like
Oh.
this.
This story just went sideways.
Uh-oh.
So the token does not the sort of devilish tiefling mage token this is not what she looks like. She is a fair-skinned elven woman with red
Yes,
hair.
Yes, she is.
And she's got a whole bunch of glowing tattoos, and she's got
Amazing personalities.
Exactly. But she's sort of like stuck in that superhero landing pose, you know, like one knee on the ground, like fist on the ground, clearly in pain and just like using all of her fortitude to like not succumb to whatever is going on. A little like a grunt here and there, a wince, you know. She does not seem to move at all. It's like she's stuck in this position. And you're not sure if she is aware of your presence or not.
Well, now I know why Damu was watching intensely.
We're gonna flank the staircase while everyone else gets in the room.
This is...
So what's the negative status on Luke Morty?
Probably die.
He's got skull and
It looks
crossbones
like
on his-
death from here. I can't see it too clearly.
Well, you guys have to go over there and check out his check out his body.
Question.
Sounds like a live
like
player
the
thing.
aura though. There's like an aura around her, right?
Yeah, she's in a cage of lightning.
I throw one of my grenades.
Okay.
Before you throw the grenade, remember that is a 20-foot space.
I throw
Oh
one
my,
of the
there goes Luke.
grenades at that blue thing of water back there.
Okay. One of them's a frag grenade, one of them's a smoke grenade. Roll a D100, baby. I'm gonna
Oh,
say
shit, okay.
if it's 1 to 49. Oh well. So what are the stats on that frag grenade?
Okay, yeah. Let me. I didn't expect him to use them.
Back the
You
fuck
you
up.
can't hand me a grenade and think I'm not gonna be. I'm throwing it here, by the way, back here to the.
Can Damu take the pin and
Basically.
put it back in the grenade? Can we roll for dexterity on this?
So that is a 20-foot explosion. DC 15 dexterity saving throw, or take 5d6. If you do succeed the saving throw, take half as much. It is piercing.
I mean, I'm not in the. I'm 25 feet out, so I'm good.
Those are expensive, my dude. They're 50 gold a pop.
All
Just
right.
saying.
So
Look,
David
you didn't
and
tell me what
Waffles.
they were worth or anything like that. You just handed me 2 grenades.
Oh my! I can't. All right, David and Waffles. What is it? Dexterity.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll just
This episode got off to a wild start. Absolutely insane. Insane.
sweet. Go ahead and roll that 5d6, my dude.
Yep, Genie, roll that 5d6 damage. What is that? Fire damage, concussive, piercing. What? Frag grenade. So
Piercing.
piercing.
It's piercing. not too bad.
At least you roll
No,
like shit.
actually.
Not too bad.
All right.
Time for short rest number 2.
Okay. The grenade explodes. Fragments of the grenade, the marble basin, arcane liquid splashes around. You see just shrapnel shred through Luke. Luke is dead.
Oh my god.
Luke is very dead.
Luke is extremely dead right now.
Oh no!
What if she liked Luke?
Just so you
Uh,
know,
Minor.
grenades as described in the D&D realm aren't like, fancy Call of Duty grenades, F1s. No, they're like bowling balls filled with gunpowder.
Yeah.
You know,
Damu, I know you're out of range anyway, so it doesn't technically matter. But you would have been safe here. This force field redirects the flow of energy around it. Literally hitting Waffles, David, and Luke. Just blasts it around like this. So Reshi, I know you're out of range. Quotha, you the 4 of you guys are out of range anyway. But it wouldn't have hit you guys even if you were standing like in these 2 squares, because it would have.
I heard grenade and I went south.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, it's probably
I was
smart.
like,
No, that's smart. That's smart. You know.
Pretty big target.
But yeah, Luke is now there. Pieces of marble and metal sticking out of his body, pool of blood seeping through his clothes, leaking onto the floor, dripping over the side of this platform. The you do hear after the explosion just the most strained and like the most difficult sort of half yell come from Faith in the aura here. Like, you are now certain she knows what's going on outside of her imprisonment. She's just very physically constrained within this ball of lightning.
Okay, so can we use a mop and bucket to pick up Luke and possibly take him to the diviner later?
No.
I'd like to cast a spell on
No.
Luke first.
Oh,
Okay.
I want to cast Gentle Repose on Luke.
Okay. Let me look up what I need is the specific. Oh, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Of course, other means for the duration the target is protected from decay. Cannot become undead. This spell also effective for the extensive time. All right. As a healer, let me check one, because you would know something. I just need to see.
You okay there, Genie?
he did
I
just
may be
cast a
goofed.
violent repose on Luke.
I may be goofed. I feel bad about it.
Can you roll a medicine check for me, Damu?
Certainly.
While this is happening,
Wait a minute, do you have bardic or anything you can use for this medicine check?
I was about to say, can I give him bardic?
Sure.
Oh wait, I have
I think he has bardic inspiration.
yeah, I
Okay.
have Bardic Inspiration. Do I use that after, right?
Yeah, you can use it after you see the roll.
I would like to cast
Which is
Mending
21.
on
Okay.
Waffles.
I got a 21 anyway.
Yes.
You can cast. Yeah, you
Unfortunately,
have time to
David
cast
crit.
mending on waffles. Remember, it's a minute
job.
cast time for a minute. The 21 in medicine, you're pretty sure that the raise dead spell specifically won't work on Luke.
So
That
Gentle Repose
spell fails. It says, hold on, let me bring it back up here again. The spell closes all mortal wounds, but it doesn't restore missing body parts. If the creature is lacking body parts or organs integral for its survival, its head, for instance, the spell automatically fails. There is so much damage to this body. I'll say this. You're not sure if Raise Dead would work. There might be a chance. There's a lot of damage to the torso. You're not sure if how far that goes as far as closing mortal wounds. But his lungs, his heart, his center mass is just shredded. The legs and the limbs and that stuff. Yeah, that's probably his body, his limbs and his head are still connected, but center mass, just organs.
Okay, we get it. He's dead.
Not.
He's dead. Okay.
Not good.
I threw a grenade. I accidentally killed the kid. All right. I feel bad enough. Can we not just talk about his mush body right now?
David makes a little note to label them next time.
I'm going to take a bathroom break in honor of Luke. I'll be right back.
He's gonna go stare in the mirror more. Don't let him.
Don't let him lie to you.
I am gonna put his character over by the mirror.
Weasel, did he yell yeet?
In my mind, I did. Well, I thought it was gonna work. I figured.
Oh
the
yeah,
water was
you
like
yeeted that dude right into the fucking astral plane, my dude.
Well, you know what? My secret's safe.
But
I mean, technically,
what
the corpse
cost?
won't rot in your bag of holding.
No, it won't.
With
So
my
now we're just in the business of me murdering people and then carrying them around.
Man, this campaign could take a real dark turn, and I'll just be like, "Hey, there's a spell out there that needs the blood of a virgin," and you just happen to have Luke's body in your bag. You're like, "Aha!
I'm not
it
laughing.
was worth
I'm
it."
not laughing. That's terrible. No.
So I have a question. Can we get a command in stream now that's voiced by Rowan saying Kobe at the top of his lungs?
We can work on that for sure.
Guys, I'm sorry. I didn't expect to murder the child and not actually do anything.
At least your secret's safe, but there was a good chance that little well behind her might have canceled out whatever was on her. I mean, electricity and liquids don't get along too well.
Can I
get a DM ruling?
Sure.
All right, so if I cast a gentle repost on him, and then I in turn casted one of my channel divinity preserve life on him, would that heal him enough that a raise dead spell could fix him?
Let me check your sheet quick.
I can put it in the chat too.
I can't wait for next week's recap.
Within the first 20 seconds, I'm
made
launching
the 6
grenades.
o'clock
at the
news
end.
throwing.
There's just hey, this is gonna be a real easy picture. Just black and the word censored.
Oh man.
Preserve light.
I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to.
Make sure you name the scene
Store number
Gibbets.
of hit points equal to 5 times.
Just take solace in knowing that you can't do it twice.
Good gravy. I don't know. I honestly, I don't know. I think I saw my buddy Mr. Merriweather in the chat. Mr. Merriweather, how does healing a dead body work? It doesn't. I don't think it technically does. But I don't know. I don't even know.
Are you saying this kid's gonna come back as some eldritch horror abomination?
I legitimately don't know if your preserved life would do anything to him.
About to start some Walking Dead in this.
You could always, you know what? Let's do it this way. Let's do a straight luck roll. Give me just a plain old D20. If you critical hit, I'll say it definitely works. If not, we'll wait until after the session, and I'll do a shitload of research this week. Because I don't want to say just straight up that it doesn't work, because, you know, I like Luke and I don't want him to be dead. But I also want to be fair, and I don't want to set precedent for something later on for, you know, shenanigans.
Wait a minute. How much HP does Luke have?
He
Not
had
enough.
9 HP.
So I'm reading here that if the remaining damage exceeds that 9, then he's definitely dead.
Oh yeah, he's definitely dead.
Oh, he's dead right now.
Oh
Yeah.
my.
Yeah,
Well,
so-
We're trying to figure out if we can do anything about it.
Right. Yeah,
yeah,
he was
but I mean
100% dead.
permanently.
Yeah, no, he's like, so what happened was he did something. He got shocked by presumably the lightning barrier, and he was unconscious. I made 2 death saving rolls as you guys were debating whether or not to go up to see what was going on, and the time spent walking up the hallway and looking in these rooms. He rolled 2 6s on his death saving throws. He was 2 failures already. He was 1 failure away from dying, just from getting electrocuted. And then so he was at 0 HP, and then he took 14
Set him up
damage.
and I'll knock him down.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
the kid was basically already dead anyway. So
just by the fact of he was alive, even with max HP, he was basically already dead. Just because 9 HP is not that much. But yeah, so
So
4
he's dead
4 on the
already and
D20.
Rowan killed the deal.
Yeah, I'll check into this after the game. I'm not gonna say anything right now because I just honestly have no clue whatsoever as to how to rule this in the game, and I want the ability to do as much research as I can to figure out how to work this so that I don't unfairly adjudicate rules on the fly.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and cast both anyway.
Okay.
And then I think we should put the body in whoever has the bag of holding.
well,
I
we
know
have
who
3
does.
of them right now.
It's like
Yeah.
3 of them.
Chad, you have one. I gave you mine.
Well, there are 3 in the party, so just
Okay. Well, I have casted Gentle Repose and my Channel Divinity Preserve Life. And
it's Chad, Rowan, and or Quothe, Rowan, and David who have bags of holding right now. So out of you
Also-
3, who wants the kid?
David will take the corpse of the child.
Tune in
What
next
else
week
is
when you'll hear a
in these
guard
rooms?
say, "Why do you have a body of a child in your bag?"
I was gonna say, get pulled over. What do you have in your
Funny.
bag? Dead babies.
Oh shit! It's the cops.
He's an alchemist. It's okay. He has a
Hey,
license.
Listen, at
What if
least
we take
can...
it back to the gate and they're like, "Where's Luke?" And I'm like, he exploded."
Listen, you know, we can laugh. We can have fun.
Literally, what we have to do now is make sure that the one witness here is not standing when we leave.
Oh God.
What's your
Maybe
alignment,
aligned
buddy?
Horizontally.
My alignment? I'm chaotic neutral. Look.
We're
I
gonna
didn't
we're
throw
gonna...
that grenade. I didn't
This
throw
is
that
an
grenade.
accident.
I did not throw that grenade at Luke. I
Well,
threw
we're
it
now
at our thing.
accomplices here, so we got to make sure Jeannie gets out of this.
We
which
might
means-
we might talk about that after game, Junior. I don't know. That seems like a pretty chaotically evil action to me.
Was it really?
I don't know.
What else is in the room?
I thought it
Gotta
might
put the
work. I thought like electric. And there's like those shits were electric last time. and things popped out of them when we touched it, and I was like, oh, there's another one right there, and there's a big old electric jail, so she's probably fine if nothing happens. And I threw it, and it went boom, and then it just killed. I didn't mean to
All
actually.
right. Okay.
I could see how that could be chaotic neutral.
I can see how that could be chaotic. Let's change your alignment to chaotic stupid.
Oh my god.
Jester evil.
Oh no, we
We'll take
kid.
that.
Like, we kid. We like to have fun
Jester
here,
up.
folks. We like to have
Oh,
fun.
not that much fun. What's in these side rooms? Can I check? Can I check? in here?
Yeah. I'll
I
reveal
need
these.
to- I
is
need
the
to change
woman-
the subject from the murder I just did.
Maybe there's a god in there that can revive.
So, is the woman like aware now? Is she still trapped? Like, what is she doing at this point? Now that we
She is trapped. She still can't move. She is basically incapacitated.
She definitely
she's
knows.
not
What do we need her
unconscious.
for?
She is aware. She is the assistant court wizard. She's the one that you were supposed to be getting. You came to Renea Salinar because you wanted to teleport your way to Raven's Blood Hollow.
Oh, right.
Searching
Okay.
for information about that sword that goes to the scabbard that you guys bought.
Next time we're taking a wagon.
I was gonna say, you guys opted. You didn't want to spend 68 days traveling
it right
by
now.
wagon, and you didn't want to spend 22 days traveling by boat. So you said, let's go to Renea Salinar and see if they'll teleport us there. And
Can I use my? Oh, good.
you got to the court wizard's tower in the castle district, and Luke was all like, yeah, my master will be able to send you there. She's the assistant to the court wizard,
This was
but
all
she
his fault.
hasn't
He
been
brought us
here for 2 days, and I'm worried about her. Let's go find her. And you guys
He
came
brought us
here,
here. This is his fault.
and then you murdered him in front of her, and that's her in the cage. You're not sure why she's in a cage or how she got in the cage, but she's in a
Can I
cage made
use-
of lightning.
Can I use my last lingering magic to see if anywhere in the room, whatever's she's impacted by, is like not exactly where she's located, so that maybe we can, I don't know, pull the plug on whatever this is.
I'm a little bit afraid to erase her though now that, or get her out of the magic because we just killed what's his name in front of her.
I mean, to be fair, we were behind her, so she probably wouldn't have seen us throw it. She just saw the explosion happen.
Yeah,
Okay.
she was facing this well.
Okay, so she wouldn't know it was one of our people by accident. I'm not.
Necessarily, no.
Yeah.
And if all else fails, we can run and somebody can trip Jeannie on the way out.
Oh, that's mean. Poor Jeannie.
My instincts tell me there's something up with that well. I think that's where we need to look.
Mine too. That's why I threw a grenade at it.
Well, technically, that well is like busted.
Well, then
Okay,
nothing
so
wrong with
Chad,
the
what
well.
did you want to do? I mean,
Well,
Quothe.
so earlier, I was able to use lingering magic to locate the source of spells and what type of spells. I assume that whatever's impacting her, there's a source. And based on that information, if I can locate that source and it's something we can manipulate, we can move a step forward in the right direction.
Okay.
But I mean, if the source is exactly where she's standing, I just use lingering magic and we just find out exactly what we already know too. But I got one left. It's just kind of an investigation check.
Lingering magic is detect magic, right?
I think so. Let me get back in my stuff.
While Quothe is doing that, I want to search the area around where Luke died and pick up anything that looks like it resembles it was a part of him
Oh God.
and put it in whoever's bag of holding, or David's bag of holding.
Yes.
I didn't mean to
Okay.
make this a. Oh.
No,
Consequences
this is a part
for
of
actions.
this is a part of D&D.
Yup.
It's fine.
This is the game.
Yes, I murdered a child. This is fine.
It's
Welcome to
cool. It
Happy
happens.
Father's Day,
Can I
guys.
make an
Tomorrow.
investigation check on this room?
Okay, so here's lingering magic.
Sure.
Now it says I can use this feature a number of times equal to my constitution. Is that my constitution bonus or my constitution in general?
Constitution
Bonus.
modifier.
Okay, it doesn't say that. That's why I was wondering.
It does say that.
It does? I just read it. I read it wrong.
Jeannie, I'm gonna help you check out this room.
Thank you.
Equal
Oh,
to your
yeah, it does say
Constitution
modifier.
modifier. Minimum of
Okay.
once.
Where was I reading the other?
Wait, is it wait, hold on. It's Constitution?
No, we're talking about
No.
Chad's thing.
Oh.
Reshi faces through the
I'm
wall.
gonna pat Jeannie on the back and be like, "It's okay, man."
Okay, so how do I get the roll for it, though?
You don't have a roll.
Oh, I don't? Okay, you just tell me.
You just cast the spell.
Thank you, Grady, for hitting that
Oh, I thought I
EP.
did.
I didn't put the stuff on the map. This is a storage room. There's like crates of magic supplies and stuff in here. Powders,
man.
chalks, candles, incense.
I might have checked this room for something to do with that
Stuff like
thing if
that.
there had been things there to.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't know how to make
listen,
it work.
I spent 12 hours on Thursday drawing pictures for that video.
Well, that's not on me. So really, you killed Luke.
Oof.
You threw that bomb before those rooms were even revealed.
No, don't play that game. He came up here and he touched the lightning ball first, and he was already dying. All right, we just finished him. He was already dead.
That is true.
He,
So,
he-
okay,
he tri-
So how do I
he tripped and he fell down into the blast.
how do I use this lingering magic? It's not working like the rest of them.
So, lingering magic, you use your last lingering magic. The detect magic spell just goes off. There were other
Well, what,
things like there was like an investigation roll that you made last time because you were investigating the room that you were in, and I was like, yeah, roll investigation. You rolled investigation, and then I told you saw like the cracks in the wall, and then you used detect magic
I
after
see.
that. So detect magic has never had a specific roll.
Okay, so
For the duration, you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. If you sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and you learn its school of magic, if any. Spell can penetrate most barriers, but is blocked by a foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt. So you do detect magic within 30 feet of you. Assuming that you want to use your action to detect the schools of magic. The liquid that is on the ground now is non-schooled. It is just pure arcane essence of magic. The lightning aura around her, the little kind of cage barrier thing, looks like a mixture of evocation and abjuration magic. Abjuration is protective magics, and evocation is things like healing and damage,
Freshy,
which
use
is
the
always
crowbar.
strange to me. I don't know why Cure Wounds is an evocation spell. It seems like it should be necromancy to me, but whatever.
Freshy, use the crowbar.
So there's no other sources of magic other than up on this platform.
Your magic weapons on the party and stuff like that.
Okay, so nothing I would find out of place.
And 30 feet of you. Yeah. Right here. That's the magic stuff right here.
Okay.
There are these runes on the ground are also magical, but they're not schooled magic. Or wait. No,
Do they
they
look
would
like
be
they're
they'd be
interacting with the ground?
evocation. They'd be evocation magic. These runes
they
on
look
the
like-
ground.
Do they look like they're interacting with her barrier?
Also, were they damaged from the explosion, or are they pristine?
That's a good question.
Because if they got damaged from that explosion, then that would rule out the fact that it's these runes.
Good question. I did a roll. Let me rephrase. So they are grooves in the ground that were filled seemingly with some kind of magic powder. Some of the magic powder has been displaced, and it looks like it weakened the energy barrier, but it's not like it seems like not enough damage to the runes like to completely dispel whatever she's trapped in. Let me just
barbarians good
quickly-
at this. Smash
Yes.
it.
I'm gonna move you real quick just so I can like better show you. But the
I just fell off
barrier
the wall.
of the barrier of the circle is like right here, right? And then like right over here. So like
But you
you're
can
getting
see it,
like
yeah.
this point of the triangle, like half of this little circle, and the point of the triangle over here, and the rest of this rune is like protected by the barrier itself.
Okay. I would propose that
Oh.
our ranged characters step around 30 feet away from the platform and see if we can't attempt to disrupt the ruins with some type of ranged attack.
Sure.
Or have Waffles go in there and do it.
That would probably be what would work, because 30 feet away you're going to be down that hallway, and this platform is 10 feet up. I don't think anybody
Gotcha.
can see the runes when you're down here.
Okay, let's give Rowan another grenade.
It would take time and money to make. I do
Hey,
not have
Okay.
gunpowder in my pocket.
Remember when you said we were gonna dislike you by the end of the session? My, how the turntables have turned.
Michael Scott.
All right, I've got an idea.
Well,
So
you
let's
know.
all back up out of the room here.
Okay, I want to be at least 30 feet away from this thing because it seems like everything hits 30 feet in this. I'm going 35.
I'm in this room. We're safe.
Okay. You know what? That seems like a good idea. No, I can't. I have to see. False. All right. So Waffles can be in this room. I am going
Okay.
to.
Well, we got to use Waffles.
No. I got a better idea. I'm going to take out
God.
one of my flasks of oil, set it on the ground, and then I'm going to catapult it onto our lady friend here.
What's the igniter? The lightning?
Hopefully. Yeah, hopefully the lightning will ignite the oil and destroy the runes or whatever powder is in those grooves.
You went. Oh, no.
I need to look up the aerodynamics of a cow.
There's powder in the runes.
Yeah,
That's
there's
what he said. Like,
yeah. The runes are like
Anyone try to just blow them out?
like an arcane coke line.
basically. Yeah,
Like those glass.
there was so just to reiterate, those runes that you can kind of see underneath underneath Faith there are like small trenches, probably an inch deep, that were carved into the marble floor and filled with blue arcanite dust.
So is anybody willing to walk up there and try to blow the dust out of the runes?
Well, we have our top blower, David, getting ready to do something. Take care of it.
I mean, I could shoot the bouncy bubble of doom with a rifle, but I don't see that working very well. However, lighting the whole area on fire will probably work or kill what's in it.
Yeah,
Well,
what
I'm
if we kill
just
her
saying
in the process?
if the dust in the runes is what's creating the thing, then in theory, wouldn't just taking the dust out of the runes disrupt the spell?
Yeah, but I'm afraid. So I'm afraid being too close to it when we disrupt it, because in my experience, whenever you mess with anything in this game and you're within 30 feet of it, it hurts you.
That's true. There is a chance. Okay.
Man,
We can
can't
try
I was
to-
just getting back and away so that if this oil splashed, it didn't end up on me.
I can't wait.
I
to
am concerned
use
about hurting her if she's a
lightning
friendly,
bolt
though, after this.
on you.
Jeff's like, on you.
I
has
said
a
I
defense
can't
mechanism.
wait until I use lightning bolt on you. He's like,
Oh.
everything in this game is 30 feet. Lightning bolt is like 100 feet.
Well, see, my javelin was 80 feet, so that's why I was thinking I'm just going to throw something at it. I'm
So
using
what's it
wall.
gonna be, guys? What's the plan here?
I'm down with Sangretti's plan if he doesn't think he's going to kill a friendly in the process, because I don't want to really napalm someone.
Right.
His oil flask idea, where everybody is right now, the only person it would potentially harm is the woman you're trying to save.
Which is my point, in fact, yes.
Can I try
Can we
my
do
idea first?
investigation?
Hey,
You are
Dan,
welcome to. Go try your
Damu,
idea,
you're
buddy.
more than
Okay.
welcome if
Damu,
you want to
you're
get out
on.
there and risk your net.
Okay. I'm gonna bend down and try to blow the arcane dust out of one of the rooms.
Okay.
Turtle soup for dinner.
You do
Hashtag
that.
don't die.
You blow the dust out of the runes on that side of the lightning aura. You can see it start to flicker a little more. And Faith starts to very slightly turn her head towards you. I don't know if you're like if you see me on camera. She's like going from this position to literally like this.
Now, what type of expression is
Like,
on her face? Is it still pain, or is
pain?
it a coy look?
No, pain. Like she's struggling. She's struggling against, as far as you can tell, it looks like she's struggling against the energies of this lightning ball that she's inside of.
Okay. So can I continue blowing out the dust out of the runes?
might
You
be
could
cheap
try it
covers.
on the other side. Yeah. You've blown out the kind of the dust that you can get to. This aura is like around the like covers up probably 80% of the runes themselves.
Ah.
And you cannot, it seems like you can't bypass that barrier right now.
Okay. Well, I blow out the rest of what I can.
You see another flickering of the lightning aura. She can almost turn her head the whole way to see you. Let me make a roll here.
So does our Swiss Army knife David have a leaf blower in his belt pouch?
I don't, but I do have a better idea.
Hey,
I'm
Can I-
gonna
can
come
I-
up here, and I'm gonna pour a water skin on the runes.
Okay.
can I do something?
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
let's-
What is your idea, Ron?
Can I knock this globe over? Can I
Um,
just punch it and knock it over?
sure. Yes. You
Do we have a strength check?
punch the you punch the globe. It gets knocked over.
That's it.
That's
Yeah.
Shit.
you didn't cripple your hand. You
All
didn't
right.
lose 4 more years of your life. I think it's a win.
Meanwhile, back in the lightning chamber. David, as you get to the top of these stairs here, you can see that her hand, the one that was like kind of on her knee, like one fist on the ground, one knee on the ground, and then the other knee's kind of up, like in that superhero landing pose kind of deal. You can see her other hand, the one that's not in a fist, knuckles on the ground, is very slowly moving up her thigh and towards her wand that is on her belt. It's taking her a while and a great effort to do so. But it seems as though you've broken some of whatever, like getting the dust out of the runes so far is allowing her a modicum of mobility.
I'm just gonna move to the doorway and peek.
You move to the doorway. She's like 5 feet up from where you are. You can probably see between David's legs. You can see her hand or like her arms very slowly moving. Looking like she's reaching for the wand on her belt. David, do you still want to pour the water on the ground?
Yeah. I want to pour the water in the rune.
Okay. You pour the water in the rune. Go ahead, give me just a straight up D20 roll.
Be a 2, buddy.
A 2. Okay. The water does not seem to penetrate the barrier, and it is electrified.
Seems not good.
She's still reaching for that wand. You guys probably have another round of actions until she's able to actually grab the wand.
So what do we got here?
Can I like roll myself in there and grab the wand for her, or would I get harmed for going into that little
I mean, Luke was on a second death save.
Yeah, after touching it.
So
I'm gonna say you don't know. You actually don't know.
I don't
No
wanna
one
go.
saw what happened to Luke. There's just he looked like he was electrocuted, and there's a giant ball of lightning there.
Could I use my ring of counter spell on it?
I will let you make an Arcana check to use counterspell a way that it's not intended to.
Okay, do I have to use my
Arcana is intelligence-based check. So
do I have to use
counterspell.
my command word?
I mean, you have to say usually to command word to cast the
Okay.
spell from the ring. Yeah.
Okay, it's
Oh.
skadoosh.
Can I-
Skitty. So the way counterspell actually works, right, is that when someone is casting a spell, you, as a reaction, would use the ring to prevent them or try to prevent them from casting the spell. What you are looking for in this moment is dispel magic or something along those lines. But I know no one has the ability to cast that spell right now. And so I will, with our Arcana, a high enough Arcana check, I will, in this instance, I'm not setting a precedent for the future. In this instance, for narrative reasons, I will let you, if you can roll high enough on Arcana, I'll let you bend the magic of that counter spell to try and affect the, oh shit, okay, 17, that is enough. I was thinking 16. So, hell yeah. You cast the counter spell. And fuck it. The lightning rune arcane thing dissipates.
Yay, she's free.
She is
I did it.
freed. And let's see here.
She's mad. I believe she's mad.
You don't know. Let her
I'm
speak for
gonna get over
herself.
here to catch Genie when he gets thrown off the platform.
She is very immediately on high alert. Defense mode.
Oh, we need charisma, bro.
She she's immediately going to say, who are you intruders? Why did you kill my apprentice?
I need to cast Charm Person like right now, I think.
All right.
K-Buddy went to the hallway. He immediately went to the hallway. You were like, "I'll be back here to catch you," and then, "Who are you?" And you fucking bolted.
No trouble when I see it.
I'm gonna cast this joint at level 1.
Gonna cast Charm Person at level 1.
Yep.
All right. With a she kind of waves her hand sort of like in a circle and brings her hand into a fist at the end of the circle. You feel the words of Charm Person get caught in your throat and your magic fizzle. You lose the spell slot as she casts counterspell against you. She says, "You are in my domain. You dare cast magic upon me? I will only temper my rage one more time. Who are you? Why are you here? And why did you kill my apprentice?"
Question before you
Go
continue.
ahead.
Am I behind her here?
You looked like you were like over there.
Okay. Well, am I behind her or is she looking at me?
She's looking at Rowan. He just
Okay,
tried to
can I-
cast magic on her.
Can I come to the other side where she can't see me directly?
You can move, I
You're
suppose.
jumping all over the place.
Okay, I would like to cast sleep.
What if we just told her the truth?
Right? That's what I was thinking.
Look, she's hostile to me already. She
I don't mind.
already-
I mean, what if I
on her
do
spell.
that first? So, and then if she gets hostile, then you can put her to sleep.
Okay, sure.
Okay, I'm gonna
Go
move
ahead
up
and
and I'm gonna
negotiate.
tell her. Yeah, I'm gonna tell her the truth.
All right, what do you
Okay,
say?
so we were trying to find you because, what's his name?
Luke.
Luke. Luke. Luke told us to find you, and he was worried about you, so we came to find you and help you. And we were trying to save you, and things went wrong, but we weren't trying to hurt him, and we're trying to heal him, but we needed your help. And we're so sorry, and we're going to do everything we can to help him and help you. And that's why we tried to get you out of your spell.
Roll a persuasion check.
I have no persuasion.
Oh, that probably should have been me.
You
Yep.
got this. You got
I have
this.
negative
That's why I
persuasion, guys.
think charisma
Negative
will-
persuasion.
A 13.
Not bad.
Wait, does she have
It's not
DM?
good.
Nope.
But I have my buddy about to put her to sleep.
She has bardic, right?
Wait a
Does
minute.
not
I
look
think
like
I
that she
used my
has
bardic last
bardic.
time. Yeah, I think I used it last
Okay.
time.
Can I flex
It's not
my
on
pack?
it's not on the overlay, so I don't think she has it.
Okay.
Will that help with the persuasion check if I flex my
Yeah,
pecs while
flex
she
your
rolls up
pecs, and then I'm gonna just
conversation?
come around the corner and stare at you.
Maybe make him dance a little bit.
I don't think in this instance that will help. With a 13, she says, "So you're telling me that my apprentice, laying on the ground, clearly in need of help, and your way of healing him was to throw some sort of fireball explosion spell to try and
Look,
heal
Well,
him?"
To be fair,
Well,
we
we weren't-
couldn't see the kid at first.
Yeah, and we weren't trying to. This is the thing. We saw him, and we weren't trying to heal him. We were trying to get you out of your spell first. It wasn't to harm anybody. It was to save you.
So clearly I'm dealing with idiots. Okay.
Very sorry.
I mean, we could go away and you get yourself trapped in a bubble again. Whatever works for you.
This is true.
Just because you're bad at magic doesn't mean you have to be insulting.
She stares you dead in your eyes. She says, "I would love to see you even attempt this sorts of magic that I'm performing here. Have you ever heard of the concept of perpetual energy?
Yeah,
Do
actually,
you
I have.
know what that could do to service this world? To tap in to a ley line directly to power all manner of magics that could make this world a much greater place? Can you even comprehend of how to do that? That
would
is
like-
what I was doing here. That is why I couldn't break out of the spell. It worked. And it was continuing to perpetuate itself forever.
But then
Uh,
what happened to your friend? Like, what happened to your apprentice then? I mean, I feel like he got harmed by what you were trying to.
Yes, the young
Discover.
boy tried to save me, and his first instinct, because he's a first-year student, was to touch the lightning. He thought that his innate magic power...
so let me.
I
get
don't
this
know if you
straight.
noticed the tattoo on his arm. She motions to the tattoos on her own body. These aren't tattoos that we get by a tattoo parlor or some person applying them to. These appear naturally for gifted mages. He was attempting to either like dispel the magic or interact with it in a way so that I could free myself from the lightning cage. But the boy is young with a weak constitution, and when it shocked him, he fell unconscious.
And
So-
that's why we were trying to help. We were trying to help you and him, and it just went the wrong way. And like you're saying, you were trying to do the right thing, and it hurt him. It's just we were trying, just like
Let
you
me get
were.
this straight. You attempted to create perpetual energy, chose to do it by yourself, knowing, oh, I'm working with perpetual energy, and trapped yourself. So you're an idiot. That's what we're doing here?
Oof.
I don't know. Be sweet. Be sweet, David.
Damu would like to move over next to Rowan.
Rowan's
Move
not
next to
going
the
anywhere because
peacemaker,
he's like
man.
he's kind of yeah he's
So,
he's kind
I
of in
don't
a
know the words to history of magic, but I would like to make an arcana, and then I would try a persuasion check, so I could just tell her, hey, this is why you're wrong.
You're breaking up a little bit. It sounds like you wanted to do some kind of arcana check.
Yes, I would like to make an arcana.
Okay, what are you trying to find out with the arcana?
Would my character know enough about magic in the world to tell her why she's wrong? And that kind of shut her down in here.
Okay, yeah, make an arcana check, sure.
$19?
With a 19, you honestly think that she was on the right track. As I kind of heard something about her doing it by herself, without assistance and getting herself trapped, and called her an idiot. And then, as far as you're aware, this is like some real heady level shit. Like there are 9th level spells. You would think this is what she was attempting was more powerful than a 9th level spell. Like this is untapped potential. And should the wrong people get like involved, like should the wrong people hear about what she's doing, they could potentially abuse this power for ill-gotten gains. A lot of wizards will attempt things on their own before going to any like body, like any kind of governmental body or larger group to, you know, help them with these kinds of things, purely because of like, you know, people's intentions are not always good.
I still feel stupid.
I mean, that's just a matter of opinion, I guess. You
Like,
don't really. You didn't need an
I understand
Arcana
what she's
check to
trying to
have
do.
that. You didn't need an Arcana check to have that opinion.
I understand what she's trying to do. However, not considering the consequences.
Her response to you calling her an idiot, she says, "I would kindly ask you to stay your tongue. If you speak to me like this again, things will not end nicely for you and your group."
So have we explained to her that our cleric is trying to preserve and help revive the little guy, Luke?
I think it got lost in the shuffle. It was said. You don't know if she heard that. You could make an insight check to see if that is something that like she processed.
Can we ask her if she can help us save Luke? That might resolve this issue and deflect some of the hostility.
17 insight. Yeah, you think that she's just like in defense mode right now. She doesn't know who you are. She knows that her apprentice was killed. You know that she doesn't technically know that it was you, but you know, educated guess, there's nobody else here. Someone had to have brought him here. Someone had to have, you know, helped him get through all of the defenses on her tower, in her tower, and someone would have had to like throw that whatever that was. Like,
Okay.
she
So,
doesn't know that it was a grenade, but like the fireball spell or whatever it was that murdered her apprentice.
Okay, so she
Oop.
doesn't know it's us. I'm just gonna say, well, we were trying to find you because Luke told us to find you because we were trying to find a teleportation device to get us around. We're trying to help a bunch of other people, and we came across Luke, and he brought us here, and we found him, and we're trying everything we can to revive him if that's possible. That's why we're here, and that's why we took you out of this spell that you were under to try and see if you could help us, and we thought you were under distress. That's why we stopped the magic.
Make another persuasion check.
My persuasion's
12?
negative.
Hey, I mean, for a negative persuasion, a 13 and a 12, not
too bad.
necessarily the worst out there. You can see that she's calmed down maybe a little bit.
Can Damu explain what his plans are to help fix Luke?
Yeah, sure. She hasn't said anything.
Damu tells her about how he believes he had heard his parents, who were longtime life clerics, and their parents before them. He remembers an instance where something like this happened, where they had to find a very powerful healer to use a combination of the regenerate spell in conjunction with the resurrection spell, and I cast a gentle repost on him, as well as using my channel divinity preserve life on him, and we placed his body inside of a bag of healing, so he's in essence fine until we find a way to bring him back. So would you like a persuasion check on that?
Yeah,
Then
make
the
a
DM says I want an initiative check.
give a persuasion. You can roll with advantage as well.
Oh, okay.
Feel free to roll that again and see if you get 16.
I'm also going to use my bardic on the first one.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Nice.
22. She. All right. I don't think this is gonna devolve into combat, so I don't think I have to roll for initiative.
Wow, my
Move.
next play was to hit the rage button.
Let me move her over
Wow.
here. I'll replace her with that picture. She points at you, Damu, and she says, "You with me now," and starts walking this way.
Okie dokie.
Am I still stuck over here?
I don't know where you are. She's not paying attention to you.
Okay,
We're
so
not
I'm
in
good now.
combat, so it shouldn't be. Yeah, you should be able to move, I think.
Okay, well Sheila was she'd hit me with something and I couldn't really do much.
No, she hit you with counter spell. It just means you couldn't cast your spell.
Oh, okay.
You
I was
weren't,
just hanging
like-
out then. It's probably
you
for
just-
the best to just shut my fucking mouth.
She comes over here. She says, "Place. You said you collected his body. Place his body in this fountain."
Oh, I holler for David.
Oh, I followed. No, I'm not letting this dumb bitch go anywhere with my friend.
Damn.
Dumb bitch.
Okay, so
I guarantee you she has a higher intelligence than you.
Oof.
I asked for David to place the
18
body and
She has 43.
Anyway, where would you like me to place the body?
inside the. Did she say the pool? Jeff?
Yeah, place the body in the pool.
Just gonna, with no elegance to it, hold the bag of holding over the pool, then just open it so they fall.
It's gonna make everything else fall in the pool.
No, they come out in the order they went in.
Oh,
All
okay.
his play elves fall out too.
I'm gonna go back in here and pick the globe up.
I'm gonna come kick it around with you.
You can tell that your lack of decorum and respect very much incenses this person. Also, your righteous indignation makes her mad because this is entirely your fault. Everything that's going on here, she believes is your guy's fault.
All right, I'm just saying, if we didn't come along, she's trapped in that bubble till the end of existence, so she can suck.
Don't say that out loud.
He already basically did.
Initiative.
The body goes in to the pool. She says, "I will take care of the rest of this. His body shall be preserved here. Now get out of my tower."
Oh, looks like we're jumping in the wagons.
Get out of my town or tower?
Either one. First one, then the other.
I
How about
I
that?
was asking out of character. I didn't get
Well,
First one, then the
as
other,
as
anyway.
the DM, first one, then the other.
So I will snidely say on the way out is, when you drop the attitude, we'll be available in a sorry. As I am lead.
You hear in your mind her voice say, "Be careful of the enemies you make in life."
Can
Okay, so we're taking a boat or a
We're a little.
wagon to the next place.
We'll talk about that. It just looks like Genius is gonna say something to Faith here.
can I maybe sing a song to try to make this better?
Oh my god.
Saying, why can't we be friends? I'm reach
Why
to your
can't-
monitor and slap your ass.
Perhaps? Is there any other motivation behind it than just you singing a song?
I'm trying to I just want to apologize and maybe make us we can figure this out. what
All right. You can make a persuasion check. You've got your bard powers and all that stuff. You can make some persuasion charisma check and sing your little ditty if that is the form that it takes. There's like this
Persuasion check?
weird, yeah. There's like this a weird double standard in D&D where it's like you need to open a door, you know, and like you just like roll strength, right? And then it's whatever the roll is kind of determines the outcome. But like when it comes to like role playing things like persuading or lying to people, a lot of DMs are like, well, how do you lie to the person? And then whatever your lie is like determines sort of like the difficulty. I'm just saying roll it. However you roll is going to determine just like any other skill check, and then you can do whatever weird shit you want, and we will say that it either, you know what I'm saying though, like your success or failure is going to like rely on the roll here. A 12. Okay. Okay, so knowing the 12, how do you do
Can
this?
I use my DM inspiration here?
Yes, sure. Technically, you're supposed to use it before, but why not?
I'm sorry. I forgot.
That's fair.
What do I do? Do I
You
just-
get advantage. You just roll again.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm learning.
No worries. $21.
Nice.
All right. So what is it that Rowan sings or says or does?
Please forgive me. Please forgive me. I can't love it. Don't deny me this pain. Going through. Please forgive me if I need. Please forgive me. I know. Baby, I'm sorry for throwing the grenade. That was. that.
D&D's greatest hits right here, guys.
Okay.
Please forgive me.
Through all of her better judgment, she
All of it. Like
all of her better judgment. She says, fine. If you will stop singing and it gets you out of my hair, notices the knocked over globe. She casts
I know,
mage.
I picked it up.
Okay, you picked it up? All right.
Yes.
I didn't hear that. I was going to
I
say
did, I
that
picked
she
it up.
just uses mage hand to do that, but okay, it's not. She says, all right, if it'll get you out of my hair and it'll make you stop singing. He's like, where did you need to be teleported to?
Oh my.
Do we remember?
Clutch. Blood
Raven's
sucker
blood
hollow.
Raven's
Bloodsucker.
blood
And she moves down.
I think it had something to do with
See.
Raven.
Yeah,
But,
Raven's blood.
uh,
hollow.
Yeah,
Raven's
Raven-
blood
Yeah.
hollow.
Tipped over her
Yeah.
teleportation device in the other room.
We may have broken open the door.
Let's not tell her that.
It was the carpet. I swear.
We busted up your castle and killed your apprentice. Teleport.
Let's not take a tour of the tower right now.
Like, maybe we should just use the crowbar on the cell like the first time.
No, I'm good.
So she comes over to that statue in the corner of the room. It moves aside, and a secret passageway is revealed to the entranceway here. You guys just happen to run into David as he's like nearing the front door. She's like, "You robot man, this way."
Possible
bring-
be 2. Okay.
I'm over here.
I'm going to intentionally have Waffles leak in this hallway.
Oh my gosh.
No, 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 you're not.
She's not gonna do that. Let him
No.
leak.
I
He's fine.
swear to God.
Sand? No.
You guys are
Peter Brass is
insane.
coming.
You guys are
Let her-
insane.
I'm
Teleport.
aware that she can kill me, but it's a point at this point.
The point
Literally
is, you
earlier
can
today.
teleport
Literally.
blood
l-
Whatever.
Listen, guys. I know this scene's messed up. I can see the cameras are all fucked up. But I just want you people watching this to know that earlier this very day, Sangretti said, "Please don't kill me 2 times in a row." And now I am. Let it be known that Jeff Foulsham has self-restraint.
I'm literally holding.
Lesser DMs than me
down.
would have meteors attack this fucking tower right now.
in a loving way.
Jeff,
I'm
just
petting Waffles.
hindsight's 2020, and remember, Sift is still alive.
Don't kill anybody.
Look,
No.
I sang
I'm
the
petting
song.
Waffles.
I sang the
Waffles
song.
is
We're
good.
okay.
Waffles
We're
is gonna
okay.
take us to you when we land. Okay, let's go.
I used my bardic charm to.
I think David's trying to segue to Sift. That's what I'm seeing here.
Oh, maybe.
I'm not trying to segue to Sift and being executed. All right, I'll
By
get there when I get
murdering
there.
himself.
No. Okay, I'm petting Waffles. Let's teleport.
Here. All right. So
David teleports in 4 pieces on the ground.
Jesus Christ. This is not how I thought this was gonna go.
Wait, what do you think, Jeff? Do you have expectations with this group ever? Because if you do, drop them. And I love you. So just drop them.
You know, I've always thought that looking too much at a character sheet of a player is somehow cheating. That you guys should have your abilities. I should come up with scenarios devoid of knowing what you guys can do. That way, any particular adventuring party could come across those scenarios and have the same exact challenges, right? The world isn't tailored specifically for your party. So why should I create challenges specifically that either go against what you can do or perfectly align with what you can do, right? So I didn't know about a grenade. When that happened, I was like, well, shit, that's probably going to happen this episode. Didn't expect it immediately.
Well,
I'll say before we do this, we're gonna go to a break real quick. But like before, literally last week, I know it ran long. I literally thought like 15 more minutes, right? Luke runs down the hallway. You guys go with him. He attempts to touch the thing. You're like, don't do that, you idiot, you stupid idiot kid. Like, you're gonna get hurt if you touch lightning. And then he was gonna like cast a spell, and it would like magically like be an awakening for this apprentice, like because he's more powerful than he knows, and like he'd cast the spell, and like she'd get released, and everything would be fine, and she'd be like, "Oh yeah, thank you for like, you know, there was like a slight miscalculation in my plans, and you know it went off a little bit too soon before I stepped away from the runes, and." You know, my bad, but now, like, she basically hates you, and, like...
so what you're saying
I
is
don't
we
think she
shouldn't have
hates
taken
everyone.
we shouldn't have took the short rest?
Well, this is what I was going to say, too. I
I'm
didn't want to
just-
say anything because Jeff told me ahead of time.
It's
Like we were talking last time. He's like, it's going to be peaceful. And then you guys were all doing this stuff. And I was like, I'm not saying
Yeah.
anything.
Well, I was at the end of last week when Chad was like, oh, man, this boss fight's going to be, like, real intense. And I was like, you're going to hate me. Because I was like, she's not, like... If it went the way that I thought it was going to go, there was not even going to be a fight. Like, it was just, she was going to get released. She was going to be grateful. she was gonna be like, thank you for, you know, keeping my apprentice alive through all of this.
Well,
But that's D&D for you, folks. That's literally like, I come up with scenarios. I come up with like characters who have wants and dreams, and then I just try and have the world
And then
react.
Rowan blows them away.
I just try and have the world react how I think the world would react to whatever the hell happens, both NPC actions and player actions. So the outcome of these games is just a surprise for me as it is for anybody else. Anyway, she takes you to the teleportation circle room. She doesn't, as far as you guys are aware, she doesn't seem to notice. And if she does notice, she doesn't seem to care that this door is like unlocked. She takes you to the teleportation circle room. She starts chanting in Elvish. It's just a, you know, teleportation magic. Her eyes, you know, glow brightly. This conjuration magic. I'm forgetting off the top of my head what color that is in my world. Doesn't really matter. Her eyes glow the color of, I believe, conjuration magic is teleportation spells. And her tattoos change from blue to, you know, that other color. The teleportation circle is brightly lit. And then she says in a sort of ethereal, echoey voice, to step on to the teleportation pad, and it'll take you to Raven's Blood Hollow.
Do I want to step on this?
I'm gonna
Step on it.
I'm
Come
gonna take
on.
out I'm gonna take out my piece of chalk, and I'm gonna write out like a crude number that for some odd reason I would think would be a way for her to contact me.
Oh my
And then
God.
and then I step on the portal.
So you're scrawling your phone number on the wall of this room.
Yeah, with my chalk.
Okay. All right. Huh. 8675309.
Yeah, right there.
309.
And
Huh.
I just kind of wave and then step in.
All right. As you step in,
Call me.
your vision goes white, just bright, blinding white. And as you are whisked away by this teleportation spell, it feels like your stomach just drops to your feet. You know, have you ever been on like a roller coaster or one of those carnival rides that takes you up the tower and then just drops you? You know, that feeling of just the ground goes out from underneath you and your stomach is, I guess not in your feet, but like in your throat. That's the way it goes, right? Just that feeling of unease as you're weightless for a moment. And when we're gonna take a quick break here, quick 5, stretch your legs, get drinks and all that. When we come back, we'll see where the group lands with the teleportation magic. You requested Raven's Blood Hollow. We'll see if that's where you go. When we return in about 5 minutes. Thanks for watching the show, everybody. This is a doozy. My God.
Okay.
Let's get back into it. Hey, welcome back, everybody. Thank you for sticking around for the break. Where we left off, the party had a tenuous encounter with a powerful wizard. Things may or may not almost came to blows. Lots of a very tense rescue. Let's just say that. But yeah, Rowan, thanks to Rowan, who got them into the mess. He also kind of got them out of the mess. And they got their casting of teleportation circle. They told the wizard where they wanted to go. Let's find out if she actually sent them where they wanted to go. Make a little roll here. God damn it. All right. I swear the gods are out for me. But hey. You know, fair is fair. I rolled good on the die. You appear in a building. It is made out of stone, the room that you're in. Fairly opulent, fairly well-designed room. Let's zoom in a little bit more here. You're surrounded by the sounds of water. You can kind of hear you people outside the room that you're in. There are guards. Thank you, Captain Blue Eyes TV, for the follow. There are guards, human guards in this room. They are wearing a sort of silver armor with a blood red tunic and cloak. There is a black raven's head silhouette on their chests, emblazoned upon their surcoat, or a tabard, as a lot of people call them. They take note of your party, and the one who's wearing a more regal helmet. It's the same design as the picture of the helmet that I drew for like the armor in the recap story. So it's just like standard helmet. It's got like the nose guard, but this one's got like some like etched patterning to it. It's got a big red feather sticking up off the top, and this more impressively thank you, chill, what's that, chilled and Dresd. Thank you for the follow. So the more fancy guard captain guy comes forward. He says, welcome to Raven's Blood Hollow. I'm gonna need your names, your occupations, your business in the city. And he takes out a ledger book that's kind of like picks up a ledger book that's like chained to his belt. It's a fairly large tome. He reaches into a belt pouch and pulls out a quill that is much too large, like much too long to fit in the belt pouch. You can see he kind of like shakes it, and a droplet of ink falls out of the quill without seemingly like being put in ink before. Opens the book, and then looks up expectantly at you for the information that he has requested. Your name, occupation, and why you're in Raven's Blood Hollow.
I'm Reggie. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. No, you go ahead, Reshi. Ladies first.
Reshi, I'm a monk, and I'm just here because we're trying to seek some blood leaf, I believe.
David will step up and says, I am David. I'm a blacksmith. I'm here for materials. Rest folks are here.
He's jotting down your names and the reasons why you're here. He's gonna look at Rowan. He's like, "Hey, you, one who was so eager to tell me your name before."
Sorry, I am Jordan Ramsey, world-class chef. And I am here in search of the most delicious plate of mushrooms I've ever tasted.
Go ahead and make a deception roll.
You got this.
Come on, Jordan Ramsey.
Oh yes.
Wait, I rolled that with advantage by accident.
Yeah. So a 7 for deception. He says, "Right, Jordan Ramsey." Right, it's Dane, a chef looking for mushrooms.
Mushroom.
He turns to Quothe and Dom and says, "All right, what about you two? Name, occupation, your business in the city."
I'm Damu, and I'm Jordan's bodyguard.
Yes.
Chef who needs a bodyguard.
I told you I'm a world famous chef.
Right, world famous chef. Right, big fella. The one who is so not well dressed for this weather.
Name's Quothy, and I am Rowan's sushi chef.
Oh my god.
It's sous chef.
Shit, he doesn't know.
Sushi.
Right, I'm gonna need you as well to make a a deception check.
Damn it.
I'm letting the Damu thing slide because he believes Rowan is a god and he's a cleric. I can see how he would.
Fucking big oaf. You big oaf.
He lied better than you did.
I know, he did, didn't he?
He says, "Right. So a blacksmith traveling with a cook who's so famous that he needs a bodyguard and a half-naked sous chef without
Sushi.
any grease.
Not
Sushi chef.
He doesn't know.
Sushi.
Oh, I
He
know
obviously
what a
watches
sous
Pop.
chef is. You've never heard of a sushi. At any
Look.
rate, and a dragonborn monk looking
Cutting
for
edge.
some plates. Seemingly two people who would have nothing to do with the other three. Seems all right to me. Welcome to Ravensblood, Aldo. Have a good day."
We're all sweating in our butts.
I got
The
swamp
whole
ass
time he
for
was like,
that.
"It's fine."
No, you literally probably do have swamp ass. This is like the Florida of this world. It's also in the middle of summer. Like, we started this campaign, like, right around New Year's, which is the summer solstice. So it's, like, progressively getting hotter right now. So yeah, it's probably, what, a couple of, well, it's probably maybe a month and a half now, 2 months. Actually, I've maybe even been neglecting my calendar tracking in this game so far, but I need to get around to that. But yeah, it's probably maybe a month or two since the beginning of the campaign. It is in the middle of summer. It is like 100 degrees Fahrenheit, you know, in the city right now. It is humid as fuck. Nice chef's hat.
So we're half naked barbarians. Fine.
God. Yeah,
He's
but
the only one who's
there's sturges all around. Like, this city got its name because of sturges.
He's made of rock. He'll be fine.
He's not made of rock. He's made of flesh. Goliaths are not elementals.
Must be those rock hard abs. Hey.
Christ. Save me
Maybe I
from
shouldn't have poured this drink that strong.
Maybe you should have poured this drink before you almost fought a wizard.
Look, bitch had it coming. All right.
So he thank you for the host, Gene.
Sorry, buddy. I forgot.
It's fine.
I was really busy murdering.
Yeah.
Children.
Your
Well,
hat
hey,
is
you know.
working out really well.
Thank you.
Shit happens, you guys. So yeah, he clearly knows you're lying. Also, very clearly does not really care about his job so much as to call you out for lying. He can see that you're the adventuring type. He just apparently needs something for the log books. But he's like, right. Welcome to Ravensblood Hollow. Try and keep your nose out of any, nefarious business. Watch out for sturges. Watch out for the rapscallions. There's a lot of street urchins these days after...
Oh, I love urchin.
Yeah, right. Well, you go to some of the fancy market, you might be able to find some sea urchin roe. The nobility like that kind of stuff. I'm not too keen on it myself, but anyway, like I said, after Lord Niberius was found out to be a vampire, and then some adventurer types killed him, and the city was half destroyed when most of us got turned into thralls for like a week. There's a lot of, we haven't been able to rein in the crime ever since then. A lot of kids growing up on the streets, stealing things from unsuspecting folks. Orphanages. Well, yeah, no, we've been dealing with the fallout of that for like 5 years now. A lot of parents went missing. Some of them, probably went missing of their own volition, if you know what I mean. Your lord of your town getting turned to a vampire and all your neighbors getting turned into vampires is a perfect reason to, shirk your responsibilities and your parental duties. Just disappear in the middle of the night and let your kids be orphans. Lot of great stand-up citizens here in Ravensblood Hollow.
Speaking of citizens, do you happen to know of, I guess it'd be any curio merchants and any blacksmiths in the area?
Oh, yeah, if you head down into the Stone Quay, you'd find a lot of the industrial things. Remnants of an old quarry. But that's where like a lot of the blacksmithing and all that sort of stuff happens. If you're looking for magic shop, there's a couple magic shops over near the castle district, outside there in the fancier parts of town.
So, I'm just gonna talk to my crew. What did we come here for? I forget. For this particular area.
We're in Venice and we're on vacation.
No, like
This
what
is
did we really
this
come
is
here
a
for?
painting of Venice. It's very true.
Does look like
I've-
Venice.
I mean, I've been there. This is what it looks like.
I
But what was our
Little travel flight when you're
journey's
asked.
purpose to come here?
We're looking for a sword that fits a scabbard. We're looking for a vampire, which we'll find eventually, I'm sure.
I'm
of
so
some
shook
sort.
from murdering that child that I'm
Yeah.
the vampire is done and dealt with. as far
Okay,
as you know.
Yeah, I feel like that. Yeah,
That's
all that was
backstory.
done.
That's
Yeah.
we need to take. Okay, so then we need to take Rowan to a church somewhere where he can do self-flagellants, so that I don't know, he can get over a certain situation.
I don't know. I don't. Nah, it's
I know
not-
you said
So the-
flagellants there, like he's beating himself, but I heard
Flatulence.
flatulence. Like he's just gonna be in a room shitting himself.
So this is
He's already
a
done that part. He's
I was
already
just
done the
gonna
first
say
half.
that he likes to beat himself up in other ways.
oh,
this is
no.
a shopping adventure. Then in this particular time, I thought we were
so
going.
yeah,
after
to
leads.
recap, when you guys were in Renea Salinar, you met Calamar of Calamar's Curios, the elf, who sold you a scabbard. The story behind the magical scabbard was that 5 years ago, when this town was destroyed with the thing that the guard just said, their town lord was a vampire, tried to turn the entire town into his thralls. So, vampires under his control. Lots of buildings were destroyed, and an elf migrant worker had gone to Ravensblood Hollow to help in the repairs. The elf who went there to do the work, found this bejeweled scabbard, took it with him as part of his payment. And when he was traveling home back through Emirius, he had to sell the scabbard in order for sell the scabbard for travel money, basically. So the sword has been the scabbard has been without its sword for 5 years at the very least. The guy who sold it to Calamar didn't know if it was in a museum, didn't know if it was a privately owned item, didn't know if maybe it was the scabbard of a sword from one of the heroes that got lost in the battle. There's no idea what the scabbard was about, right? You guys are basically investigating a cold case with like one lead, and that is that the sword was found somewhere in this city. Or the scabbard. I keep saying the sword. The scabbard was found somewhere in this city. But you have no clues as to whether or not the sword is going to be here, or where the sword is in the world, or even what it looks like.
Okay, here's an idea. What if... So, we got it from the curios dealer. Where do
In
you think
Renea
he-
Salinar, yeah.
Yes. Where do you think he buys his product from? Maybe that's a possibility we could pursue. Maybe there's another curio vendor here, or
That's what
a
I
black
asked our
market.
dude.
Yeah,
some sort.
David asked for a curio shop.
Oh, he did. I'm sorry. I thought I heard blacksmith.
He asked for both.
Yeah, because my thought on it was it'll either be in a curio shop or it'll be in some blacksmith shop.
Hmm.
Busted, needed to be
So we're here
repaired.
for a scabbard. Okay.
Sword.
How about? Well,
We have a
okay.
scabbard.
So probably a bar of some sort, an establishment.
We do need to stay somewhere. What do you got there, Mr. Guard? Is there a tavern over here, kind of on the cheap side? There's a lot of us.
Yeah, we got a lot of taverns in town. What sort are you looking for?
Cheap.
Yo, if you're looking for cheap, you're gonna want to hang around Helga's Hole. But by the looks of you, I think only one of you would get in the front door.
Who's that?
You.
Okay, well then let's go.
Let's just say Helga's Hole is a place that they don't like the more masculine persuasion.
Well,
Well,
I also
could,
totally fucked up his accent there.
No, it was good. No, it was good.
so now that we're heading to the brothel here,
I can.
Oh, it's not quite a brothel. It's just a ladies' bar, but it's the cheapest
Oh.
place in town.
a ladies' bar, huh?
They don't let men in.
Well, we can throw a
How
wig
do they
on
feel about
Rowan.
robots?
Now, if you robot, I mean, you might get in. I don't know. Don't see much of your kind around here, to be honest. Typically, you find your type more north in Kebrek with the gnomes and the dwarves. Anyway, if Helga isn't in a good mood and she doesn't let you gentlemen in, you could always head to the her brother establishment, Pollock's Pole.
That sounds like a
Pollock's.
strip club.
Well, you
Pollock's
know,
Pole.
the guys they don't. I mean, they don't wear too many. They kind of look like your buddy over here. You know, they like to wear leather harnesses and skimpy little shorts. And they like to cater to the more masculine. I don't think your lady friend here would get in though.
I don't mind waiting outside. Let's go there.
I think it's more of a
Right.
question of could they keep her out?
I'm a dragon, so I'm not like super hot. I'm okay with waiting outside.
Well, that's fair. I mean, all I can say, I would say I think the pole is a little more open-minded than the hole is, but anyway, I mean, there is also the Grumpy Goat if you're not looking for a specific establishment. But like I said, Pollock's Pole and Helga's Hole, those are the cheapest taverns in town.
I will hand him 2 gold and we can go off in search of the taverns.
Fair enough.
Go to that one, the pole one.
Whatever happened to giving people coppers?
Yeah, I don't know. You guys are rich.
I mean,
Is
we
this
could-
guard? He like takes the gold, he like bites it, looks at you suspiciously, and then he like pockets the money. He's like, right, have a wonderful stay here in Ravensblood Hollow.
I'm gonna lean over to the guard and say we weren't ever here as we leave.
Not a bad idea.
Right then. He says, just like I say, keep your nose out of trouble. And he like returns back to like sort of his station next to the doors. As you guys leave, you do enter a big old city. It looks very much like this. There's canals everywhere, bridges, lots of boat travel. You are in a swamp. It is hot. It is sticky. You are much closer to the equator here than you are in Asari. Like, Asari is still swampland, but it's not as hot as it is in Ravensblood Hollow because you're significant. Like, you're 2,000 miles south of the equator. Here, you are basically on the equator, and it is hot and sticky. Even still, most people wearing long sleeves. They're wearing long sleeves. They're wearing long pants. Loose, linens, like breathable material because it is so hot. But there are, you see overheads like some sturges flying around and like other, bugs and normal mosquitoes and all sorts of stuff. So you think like it's literally just protection from the elements. Also hot sun, sunburn, things like that. You guys travel a little bit away from the teleportation building. You can see that there are walls surrounding this. I hesitate to call it a tower, but it is a circular building, but it's like short and fat. It's like a 2-story building, but like a short, fat, round thing. It's got a wrought iron Gothic fence kind of around it. There are more guards at the gates. You, by all accounts, you think you're in like the fancier parts of town. Rising over the buildings kind of to your right, you can see the spires of the castle. And this is very much fantasy European castle. like very standard, lots of spires, lots of towers kind of place. And it looks pretty close. Like it looks like it's maybe 4 or 5 blocks away from you. So you think that maybe the magic shops that he was talking about might be rather, close. There are street signs that basically amount to some pictures with arrows and stuff. But if you're looking to go to Pollock's Pole, you guys head down the hill towards the dock district, and you find yourself in a seedier part of town. Lots of folks in shady clothing, like literally like grays, dark blues, things like that, hanging out in dark alleyways, and whatnot. Lots of people with hoods. As you guys are walking through the town, Rowan gets kind of shoulder checked by a kid.
Oh, come on, not again.
You have to know it's coming.
A roll perception.
Yeah, you roll perception.
Give me my shit back.
20. Yeah, your coin purse is gone.
Oof.
What?
So awkward.
Yeah. You call out to the kid?
At 20?
At 20?
Yeah, at a 20, you notice that your coin purse is gone. The kid's
Now
shoulder
we're deciding what you're doing.
in that
Where's
yeah,
the kid at?
he like you said, "Hey, give me my stuff back." He like turns and like sees you. And this is like, like an 8-year-old blonde-haired, dirty-faced kid. He like freezes. He's like fight, flight, or freeze. He's definitely a freezer. You just like,
Can we
Can I
go over and
punch
talk
him?
to this little nerd?
Sure. Yeah. So you like
Wait.
grab him, like pull him aside?
Yeah, I pull him to the side and say, "Do you know who I am? I'm world famous chef Jordan Ramsay. You can't just come up to me and try to steal my money like that."
He's like, "I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry. My parents got turned to vampires and I've been on my own for the last 5 years. It's the only way I know how to survive. But a world famous chef like you, Mr. Jordan Ramsay, you probably don't need your pocket change, right? You could just let me go. You just let me go with this very heavy sack of coins. I just want probably like 200 gold in this pouch. I could live like a king for that for the rest of my life."
Can we ask Kelly if that's 200 pounds of coins?
I think that's what Genie has.
It's a coin purse, so I was just
Can we-
asking a question, like a.
Can we get a
legitimate-
count on the bro brigade?
Is that what you have? Yeah,
No,
he's overestimating a little bit.
Yeah.
Overestimating a little bit.
I'm gonna grab him by his little shirt.
Ah, that hurt me.
You
I'm
little
sorry, Dominic.
give me my coins, and I'm gonna take the coins back from him,
Please don't
and then I'm
hurt
gonna
me.
shake him real hard,
Ah!
and then I'm gonna give him three copper. Say what?
3 copper.
Did you give the last one
Tell
like
him to fuck
100
off.
gold?
No, I give the other one like 2 or 3 pieces. Give him 10 copper. 10
Okay.
copper will do
You
okay
get,
for
like
him.
a silver. Okay.
Yeah, he's fine.
Ah, that ain't me.
And then I reach into
You really shouldn't shake children like that. Our brains are still developing.
my bag, and I pull out.
A knife! He's got a knife! He's got a knife! Everybody! He's gonna stab me! He's got a
calm down,
knife!
Calm down.
He's a child killer! He's gonna stab me!
I pull out a grenade.
People start like looking at him.
Genie,
People look around.
we're about to finish this round, and you pull out a grenade. Okay.
He's
No,
like,
it's, okay.
ah!
It's a smoke. It's a smoke. We're
It's a
okay.
knife!
Is it a smoke though? Really?
It's a
There was
knife! People look and like
420 grenade.
they see you holding something that's not a knife, and a lot of people around just like go back to what they were doing. They don't give a shit about this kid.
Exactly. I hold the grenade up and I say, "Do you know what this is?
Is it a knife? It looks kind of.
Does this look?"
I never went to school, mister. I don't know what kind of knives exist in this world.
World-class chefs like Jordan Ramsay, myself.
Well, you
Don't
need
just walk
knives to
around.
prepare food, don't you?
Yeah, but I don't just walk around like that with my knives out, all right? Calm
Well,
down.
I don't know. You should in this town.
Look, hold on,
Raven's
hold
Blood
on.
Hollow is a dangerous place. If you
Swear to
don't
God.
have a knife,
You know what? I was gonna give you this, but now I'm not. I'm gonna put the grenade back in my pocket.
yeah.
I'm gonna have Waffles walk up next to Rowan and just look into.
Hey, Rowan, what's your armor class?
Oh God.
Oh, geez. Roll for initiative. Here it is.
My armor class is light armor.
What's the number though? He
A
rolled a
13.
14. What did you say?
A 13.
A 13. So 14 hits you. Okay.
What did Waffles just do?
I don't know what Waffles.
didn't get you.
I don't know what
No,
Waffles
is just
did.
looking intimidating. next
This
to you.
kid's shouting about a knife, and then he's like, "If you don't, Ravensblood Hollow is a real dangerous place. So if you don't have a knife, you're liable to get shivved." And then he stabs you in the side with a dagger.
Oh!
Do you let him? As he stabs you, do you let him go?
No, please don't.
No.
He's like, he's gonna try and run away anyway. He's like, you still like have him with his shirt to try to run away.
I'm gonna hold on.
At
I
this
know you
point-
stabbed me, but how much damage did I just take?
4 piercing damage.
Holy Jesus!
Stabbed you with a dagger. What? Why don't Genie roll initiative for me?
Rolling it.
Yeah.
You got in a fight with a child.
I rolled 20. Okay. Add turn. So you got a. Oh boy. Okay. Kid and Rowan. All right. So kid
We're
rolled.
fighting in the streets right now.
Kid
We
rolled
just
a
got
7.
here.
Kid rolled a 7. You rolled a 5. Yeah. This Ravensblood Hollow, man. This is not a nice town. This is not nice. There is a lot of socioeconomic problems going on in this town after their fucking lord became a vampire. It is not recovered, like, at all. It is dangerous living, and you're starting to, you're getting that welcome. This is the Ravensblood welcome right here. This is the welcome wagon. The kid is going to try and break the grapple. So give me an athletics check, Genie.
This is such a bad.
He wins the initiative.
All you
A
gotta do is
13.
ask.
It's not bad. 13's not
We've
bad.
killed one kid tonight. We can kill another.
All right.
He's gonna
He rolled. He only rolled a 3. He's struggling. He's trying to break
I'm still holding.
the grapple. You're still holding on to him. What do you do? Also, if the rest of the group ever wants to do anything, just let me know, and you guys can like roll initiative, and we'll get you involved here. But right now, this is just Rowan and the kid.
I'm gonna hit him with vicious mockery.
Okay. See, 14
You
wisdom
stupid
save.
little child. Do you know
He
how important I am?
is gonna fail that. He's gonna take 4 damage. Let me.
I'm world-class chef Jordan Ramsay. And I put my hat back on.
You scream at him. He fails the save. And he's and blood kind of pours out of his nose a little bit,
Oh my god.
and he goes limp in your arms.
Oh my god.
Kill
vicious
another
mockery.
kid?
Vicious mockery. No, I didn't.
He's just a commoner, and commoners have 4 HP. He is unconscious, making death saves.
Oh,
Oh
no.
my gosh.
You should.
Damu cast
Ryan.
healing word.
Oh my god.
Okay.
We're killing kids every time we turn around right now.
I didn't.
He wakes up. He wakes up probably. You have that thing where you can add your character level, right, to your healing. So he like 100% fully healed again. Wakes up. He's like, oh God, what happened? What are you doing to me? Let me go. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. It's a rough and tumble world out there. I gotta get, it's food's expensive and beer's
Don't
even
trust
more
him.
expensive.
He stabbed me last
and I
time.
didn't mean-
He said all of this and then stabbed me.
All right, Damu grabs the kid, yanks him from Rowan, puts the kid
Oh
up
God,
to his feet, and
lizard man,
says,
don't eat me. Don't eat me. I know how those lizard folk like to eat people. Please don't eat me. I'm
"Get
just
lost
trying
or
to.
get dead," and then I toss the kid.
You throw him.
Throw him in the water. Throw him in the water.
You throw him. He like falls to the ground. He like bruises his knee and his elbow, and then he gets up and he like limp runs through the streets.
I still got my gold though, right? I stopped the gold.
Yeah, you have your money.
Right.
Yeah,
God
you have
damn
your
it.
money. You can even pick up the silver piece you tried to give him. He dropped that.
Thank you.
Some of the people around kind of like look at like what's going on, and then once like Damu throws the kid, they just like go back to their business. They're like, yeah, okay, whatever.
So I have a question. How did we go from what did you cast on him?
Vicious
Healing word?
mockery.
Vicious mockery.
He
Next
talked
time,
shit.
let's
So-
try a belt.
A belt.
He stabbed me. It's
We
not
don't even use
look,
belts on our own kids.
dude. I literally just I
did.
literally just told him he
did
was a
stab him.
stupid child. That's literally.
Yeah.
It's not my fault. I did. Like that's a 1d4. I didn't think I was gonna kill the kid.
You crit a kid with an attack.
Yeah, it's a 1d4. I didn't think I was gonna kill the kid by telling him he was stupid. I didn't know
Quality
that.
parenting there,
He's a
Rowan.
very sensitive boy. He's emotional. You tell him he's
Oh.
stupid, it really cuts deep,
Okay.
It's
Alright.
very vicious, the mocking that you did to this child.
I've been through 3 battles and a
Yeah.
teleportation.
I think he's tapping out, bros.
The body's
Yeah.
weary. Boys, we need a long
So
rest.
you can get on your merry way. You guys are like a
Sorry.
block away from Pollock's pole. You guys get in. The guy at the door, he's wearing like one of those X-strap leather harnesses with a big metal ring in the middle. He's got nipple piercings with 2 chains connecting his nipples. He's got just the tightest leather codpiece that you can imagine, and boots that like platform. You know those like leather like platform boot like Doc Martens.
Are you saying this is very gay bar?
Oh, it's 100% a gay bar. It's
Okay,
not
that's
only a
what
gay
it
bar;
is.
it's also a BDSM bar. But yeah, he goes in. He looks Quothe up and down. He's like,
When the DM rolls kinks.
ooh, such a
Roll for initiative.
such a big boy. He's like, yeah.
The
Yeah, I
roll
like-
for initiative wink.
He's like, I like what's coming in tonight. He looks at Reshi, and he's like, he says, oh, having a little girls' night tonight, eh? Having a little girls' night. He's like, let me just say this: apple teenies half price tonight. All right, you kids have fun now. You hear? You get inside Pollock's pole. It is a black marble. It's shitty on the outside. On the inside, there's a black marble floor. There are red and purple draperies hanging all over the place. And there are 4 10-foot wide, like 10 foot in diameter, circular platforms. There's 4 of them, equally spaced. Kind of like, imagine the room is like square, right? And the 4 platforms are like placed like the pips on a 4-sided die. So just, equidistant 2x2 grid. They have bright glowing golden poles reaching to the ceiling, and there are basically naked men dancing on these poles. They're pole dancing. There's loud pumping music coming over the sound system, which you don't even know.
Video next week?
Listen, we got to make
gonna
it. We have to
complain
make
about
it
that one.
YouTube and Twitch friendly. So,
Just censor bar it.
you know what I'm saying?
That's gonna
But
be in the recap.
but yeah, it is a gay bar. It is BDSM night. Everybody who's hanging out in the crowd are equally leather clad. Some of them wearing vests. Some of them wearing those little like police cap, like biker hat things. Lots of guys with handlebar mustaches and hairy chests just hanging out. Lots of piercings in places other than ears, and just let your imaginations run wild with that.
So can I say when in Rome and take my loincloth off?
Why not?
I mean, you can do that.
Wow.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, the new character art.
So Quothly takes off his loincloth. You're walking through the bar. You're getting a lot of whistles, a lot of cat calls. Some dudes are
You
a
are
lot more-
already appropriately addressed for this.
Yeah. And now he's even now he's even more.
No,
Now he's
okay.
even
Sometimes, Jeannie, you
more
gotta seal the
appropriately
deal.
dressed. Yeah,
What
you got
deal? What deal? I didn't realize we were making a deal.
He left his number for what's her name. Stop it.
you
He's just trying to make some extra coin.
you guys walk
I got
into the
bills to
bar.
pay.
The bar is on the back wall, so you have to walk through the whole place if you're trying to get to the bar. As you're kind of like making your way to wherever you are, Quothe, you even get like some slaps on your butt, little light spanks here and there walking through. Some dudes are, very straightforward about what they like in this place. Yeah, like I said, gay bar, strip club, BDSM night. Have your imagination run wild with what you think that looks like. The NSA is gonna be like, what the hell is this kid looking at this week when I look up fucking references to draw this goddamn scene for the recap. The moments when I regret making jokes and then wish that you had just gone to the grumpy goat. Anyway. Yeah, so there you go. What's going on? What are you guys doing? You trying to find a room for the night? What? Please get me out of
Let's
this.
sleep this off.
Yeah.
We'll wake up in the next
I need
session.
a lot of sleep. I need
Yeah.
a lot of sleep.
long rest. Yeah, me too. Also, Genie breath. Need a lot of rest
Alright.
after that one.
You guys are in luck. There are some vacancies here. You guys you get the keys to your rooms. A guy who's wearing like a feather boa and high heels takes you to your rooms. Everything is just very slightly damp. Every surface is just slightly
Ugh.
damp.
Is it
But it's
slightly
cheap.
sticky too?
What?
Is it slightly sticky too?
I don't want to. No, I don't want to think about that.
No,
Give
I'm
me
talking
all these
spilled drinks. Thank you very much.
I'm good with the spilled drinks.
I'm going to use prestidigitation to kind of fry things. Kind of clean things up a little bit.
Yeah. You clean up some of the more egregious stains with prestidigitation. It's still noticeably damp.
Oh well.
Even with your magic,
You know what?
even
on.
with
Okay.
your magic, it's
Hold on.
still a little damp.
Can
I
put
do
100
have a tent that I can pitch. Okay.
There's a lot of tents to pitch.
No,
here.
there's I know, but I can pitch a tent
You guys.
that will actually keep us out of this area.
So I don't know how many rooms y'all want. But it's like 2 silver per room. You can fit 2 people per room if you want.
I'm
so,
not sleeping with Kothar the pantsless over here.
Can
Okay.
I set a honey trap
Hey,
at the
sorry.
door so I can catch a bear for the night?
No.
oh my god.
Okay, but-
Sure.
Yeah, like the 10th thing that I took from the treasure hoard. Can I pitch that for the night?
Yes.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be pitching a tent later with him, but that's another
No,
story
no, there's
altogether.
no
So
tent.
done.
I'm just saying, I'm trying to
So
help
done.
everybody out.
So as Reshi pitches a tent, ironically,
How many
and
breath weapons
I
does she
hate
have?
everything. I hate everything.
So do I. I'm right there with you. Well, why did you kill Luke? You've done this to yourself. Good God, this night went
The
off the
punishment for
rails.
killing
It was
kids was
buck
really
wild.
hard.
But as Reshi, ironically, is the one who pitches a tent in the rooms, the music is loud. It's pumping. It goes until about 3 or 4 a.m. You guys try and get as good a sleep as you want. I will let Chad, if you want to catch a bear, buddy, go right ahead. That can be off camera, your own.
Looks like I'm drawing my own
Quothe's
recaps.
own little adventure that he goes
Great
on.
for the stick figure recaps.
And as you spend the night in a rather sticky situation, we'll say through critical hits, critical fails, these
Lots
are
of
the
fails.
Osrynn Tales. Thank you so much for playing, everybody. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for watching.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This was a wild session. Just an absolutely wild session.
Oh, next week's recap's gonna be
Check
great.
out. It's gonna be a lot
I
of
love the
black
shout-outs, though.
screens
He
and
did shout out
sensors.
everybody.
And check out the links in the descriptions, everybody, or in the chat. I mean, Chad is Chad and Rach is Rachel. They stream during the week. Lots of video game husband wife stream. Sangretti plays movies on Monday nights. Genie Bruh multiple nights a week on stream. Mr. Abstracto sometimes streams intermittently. I know school's going on right now, so maybe a little less on the streams. And then, of course, you can find me here on this channel Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday afternoons. Sometimes in the evening as well. I've been streaming a lot more recently than I normally do. But please do stick around after the credits here. We're going to find someone to raid. Get those sweet channel points. And remember, all of our channel points here, you can interact with the stream. So if you want, for example, the Choose a Monster perk, perfect time to be using that. We're just at the start of a new quest line. If you want to see specific monsters, look through that monster manual and I'll try and make it happen. Remember, they're only level 4 characters. Not saying don't request an ancient dragon that will completely toast them, but
Let's not.
You
let's
know,
not.
Don't.
not
What's that
saying
dragon's
don't
name?
do it, but maybe I don't know how nice you want to be. At any rate, thank you again so much for watching. We'll see you guys next week for searching a city for information about a scabbard, a magical scabbard. Have a great night, everybody. Like I said, stick around for the raid, please.
Take care.